Hello, good morning. I hope everybody is well. Today I wanted to come on and show you how to cut your fringe at home while we can't get to the hairdressers. As you can see, my fringe is, yes, there's rather a lot of it, isn't there? So those of you that know me know I do tend to have a fringe. Usually my hair is quite short round the back and the sides, so this is a lot of hair for me, and I was growing it slightly before the lockdown because I fancied a restyle cut, and obviously being an asymmetrical hairstyle where it was much shorter this side, I needed to grow some of the length out so I could have it redone. But then we went into lockdown and yes, I have a lot more hair than I've had for a long time. So I promised or recommended, and it was said to be a good idea, that I'd come on and show you how to trim your fringe or trim a child's fringe. When I'm hairdressing, I do show mums how to trim their children's fringes, because the reason I do that is I'd much rather they do it the way I want them to do it at home, so that when they next bring the child into the salon, I've got less to correct. So although some people say, oh, you shouldn't share professional tips and tricks, if it makes my job easier in the long run, I'm happy to do it. And I'd rather, give people the advice and empower them to do it and do it right. And I have come across in my career, many years ago when I was based in High Wycombe, I can remember one of my clients saying that one of the other mums cut her daughter's fringe, and it was absolutely shocking. And could I give her, I was renting a chair in a salon, but they wouldn't come to the salon, but could I give them my number to do them mobile, because this poor child was getting the mickey taken out of her at school, and could I go and solve it? And what had actually happened was they had usually to do a child's fringe, they would have a middle parting. So what they'd done, given her a middle parting, and then so this is for a block fringe going straight across. And then what I would recommend you do is, from the middle parting, you want to take a triangle section just to this side of the forehead, so just the width of the eyes. So, and obviously depending on how much hair you want in the fringe, I wouldn't go, I have seen people cut fringes from back here and it's too far back. So we're just doing this section here. So that hair I don't want. So I'm just doing a triangle like so. So that's from the middle parting. That's not, I can see, I'm not using a mirror, I'm doing it straight into the tablet. So this is a standard cutting comb, and actually I should just talk to you about what you're going to need to do this. So you can see I'm using hair clips. So these are obviously my hairdressing clips. Some of you might have these for when you put your hair up, or even just your bog standard Kirby grip. And a little tip when using a Kirby grip is, most people think that's the right way up for a Kirby grip. I would say that is the right way up, because a lot of people, when they put it in the hair, they put it that way up, and you actually want that bit there against the scalp. So you want to put it in that way up. So that would then, you can always twist it just to hold it out the way. That's going to grip better. So we need clips, a cutting comb. So this is a great for detangling, and if you're comb conditioner through your hair in the shower, this is perfect for that. Tangle teasers, absolutely brilliant. I resisted buying one of these for a long time, because when they first came out they were like £10, and I thought £10 for a bit of plastic. Then one of my clients, who was a grandmother, said it was absolutely brilliant for getting the knots out her grandchildren's hair, and it doesn't pull, it's kinder, and you can use it on wet or dry hair, curly or straight. And it's so, there are other brands on the market now, but you want one that's as soft as this, that just, you don't want the rigid. Some are much harder. Now I have had this since I worked at Lucine's in High Wycombe. So I've been on the island 6 years. I had my own salon for 3.5 years. That's 9.5 years. And I was at Lucine's for 5 years, and I bought it during the period there. So, and I obviously used this on a lot of customers. So this, it really has lasted. So my don't want to spend £10 on a plastic hairbrush. Silly me, glad I did, because here we are all these years later and I'm still using the same one. So, and then we're coming on to hairdressing scissors. Hairdressing scissors are a softer metal than normal scissors. And you also want, they also have very fine shanks. I think that's the correct word. So I do like long scissors, but then I've also got larger hands, and it's all to do with the length of your hands. But when you first start using hairdressing, they're more like this length, so I suppose it's more controllable. So even if you haven't got hairdressing scissors, you probably have got some embroidery scissors or some small scissors more of this nature. Kitchen scissors ain't gonna cut it. Did you like my little pun there? Ain't gonna cut it. They are far too big, and you're not gonna get any detail with those. So don't be tempted to use your kitchen scissors. These are totally unsuitable. If you insist on using these, you might as well go and get your garden shears. Don't bother. So you want some nice thin shanked. The scissors, hairdressing scissors are a precision tool, so you need a nice thin shank. So for a child's fringe, and as I was saying, you don't, this lady, this child I went to do, they'd actually, I always say to mothers, do not cut the fringe wider than that. And also if you look at the hairline, so wherever your hairline, so I've got hair here. Never ever cut your fringe further back than there. I have had, and this is what this poor girl's mother had done, she cut the fringe all the way round to here. So then if you cut the hair off to here, this part of your hair looks really odd. And I've even seen adults do it as well. So just be aware that we're not going further, and hopefully I've said this enough now, we're not going further than the width or the end of our two eyebrows. Okay, now you can see my hair's got a curl in it and it bounces. So if you want a fringe to your brows, remember you've got to bounce in it. Have a look, see how much it bounces up. Now I again would not cut that all in one go. I would then separate it. So even if you haven't got these big, I just dropped my Kirby grip. It's gone in my... No, I've got it. So using a cutting comb, you can just section the top part of the triangle off. And even if you haven't got a clip like this, you can twist it and hold it with a Kirby grip, okay? So you can see that this is bouncing up. So I like to keep my fringe long, and I only really want to take the ends off, and hair doesn't grow evenly, and obviously my fringe is normally cut on a slant, but for today's purposes, can you see that's all I'm going to trim? So I'm actually doing it to the end of my nose, hold it away from their face and just trim that along the fingers. Now if you're wanting to do it to your brows, don't be tempted to pull it taut and cut there. Go a bit further, because it's gonna bounce up, and it's better to take less off. You can go back and cut more off. If you've already taken too much off, it's on the floor, you can't super glue it back on. So then what we're going to do is we're going to unclip this little bit, and that original line is also your marker for where you cut before. But as I come down, you can also see the thickness of the hair. You can sort of see where the other disappears. So that is my marker, and I can check it to where it was on the face, and I said the end of my nose, so that's right. Hold it away. So that is how you would cut your fringe straight across. And if you're doing it from a middle parting, just for a child's fringe or your own fringe, that is how I recommend you do it. Then you can take out, so all the clips. And obviously this is too long for me to wear like that, but you can see, don't worry about these bits, leave them. And obviously on a little girl with long hair, that would come down further anyway. So I have a side parting. And if you only want a baby fringe, don't worry about cutting the triangle. What you want to cut is you just take out literally that small amount that you want as a baby fringe. I'm just twisting it to hold it out the way. So, and then you do the same again. Obviously I've already done this bit. And this is also like cross-checking what I've previously done. So, haven't decided what I'm doing with my fringe in my new style yet, so I don't want to cut it too short. And obviously I have had this fringe on an angle. So if you are wanting your fringe on an angle, or you want to do it from a middle parting, you can slant your fingers like so. And then for the other side, and you can do this obviously with the from the previous sectioning that I did. We should have done that there, I suppose, then. So you can bring it down like so. But then you just want to check that you're the same either side. So just to recap from the previous bit, as I forgot to do it then, but so it's a nice well, it's handy because it's a recap to show you how to section this bit again. So again, I don't want it too far back, so I'm going to take all that and put it in one of those clips. So we're back to the middle parting. So if you've done the little bit straight across, or if you don't want a straight across fringe and you like it to frame your face, then angle your fingers like so and just trim that little bit. And just use areas of your face as markers. So from there, on this side, so you can get it level, I started here just under my eye, so we want to do the same on that side. And just have a play around with your sectioning first. You don't have to cut every time, so you know that you've got your angles, because hairdressers are ambidextrous. We do use our left and our right hands. We have to go to either side. So just try. I know if you're doing kids it's not as easy, but if you're doing the kids, I'd just do the straight across fringe at the front, and that will be enough for them. They're not going to want to sit and sfaff. But if you're doing your own, see, that's, and then obviously if you've got long hair, that's then going to come down and look fabulous. I haven't got long hair, but I'm trying to show all eventualities. So, and equally, if you just want a small fringe at the front on an angle, it's a good job I've got plenty of, this is why I wanted to have plenty of fringe, so I can show you. So again, so I'm just showing the blunt cut, but that bit already looks a bit better. So I'm just trying to think what other sort of fringes, if you like, if you've got, so for example, if you're doing a Claudia Winkleman type fringe, and it doesn't have to be, if you part your hair on this side and have a full fringe, I would still do the bit, so where, if you want a big full heavy fringe, if you've got a lot more hair than I have, I would still angle it to the side of your face so you can see I'm taking out. And it might be that your hair comes further forward. Everyone's different, so map it to your face shape and your hairline. So you want a fuller fringe, and you can use Kirby's if you haven't got the sectioning. And the same, so you can see again, I've kept it within that parameter. And if you've got lots and lots of hair in your fringe, then just, and if you haven't, obviously, I keep doing it with the clip, don't I? But let's do it with a comb so you can see. And just do a small, don't rush it. Do a small section at a time. And you can even do what I've done and just clip that. Do a small section at a time, because if you make a mistake on a big section, then you've made, you know, you've made a huge mistake. If you only make a mistake on this little section, and then you bring the next section down, if you've done the first one too short, you can just do this one a little bit longer and it's going to cover your mistake. So don't rush it. You're safe at home, you've got time. And then just follow the guide so you can see from, just follow the guide. You can take a bit more off than that if you want, but I want to keep my fringe long. Because I want to have a restyle once everything's... So if, a couple of other things, I hope to keep your fringe out the way, that I've been doing, and I just thought I'd share with you, as well as the bandana, is I've actually done, because it drops on my face, is I take a little bit of hair, small section like that, and I start to twist it. And as I twist, I just pick up a little bit more. And again, Kirby grip with the bit that sticks out. Oh, I didn't grip the hair with that one. Oh well, it's come undone, I'll show you again. So I just take a little bit of hair and I'm just twisting it. It's not plaiting, it's not, I'm just twisting it. And then put a grip in, and then from the other side of the parting, I just twist it. I'm quite liking my hair off my face, so I think my new style will be my hair off my face. So you can see straight away that's tamed my fringe. So twist your fringe away from your face, which is great if you're cooking or baking a cake or something. And the other thing I did, and I know that people with long hair do this anyway, is I just took a section at the top, and for those of you that can plait, take it into 3 sections and just plait. And that looks an absolute mess. I did it much better the other day. I think it's because I normally do it without looking in a mirror, and I've got the camera in front of me. So let me just do it without trying to explain what I'm doing. No, I like to feel that. So I'm just making it into 3, and I'm plaiting it, coming back. Yes, that's better. And then you can just push that bit forward, and I get a little quiff from it, which is the same sort of effect I get when I put the bandana on. But it just keeps your hair off your face, and just have a play around, try different things. You've got different lengths of hair, and I hope that helps. And please do share your comments below, and yeah, let me know how you get on. If you've got any further questions, just ask. I'm happy to help you, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side, and I look forward to being invited to come and help you with your hair, style your hair, cut your hair, take care. Stay safe at home.